Hello students, let us learn the second chapter of your political science textbook today, Understanding Secularism. In the first chapter, we got a basic idea about secularism. What was that? Secularism treats every religion equally. It doesn't support or promote any particular religion. In this chapter, we will study about secularism in detail. Let us compare India's religious freedom with any other non-secular nation. What is this non-secular nation? A non-secular nation is a nation that declares itself as a nation of a particular religion, and it may impose that religion on its people. Take the example of Saudi Arabia. All religions are not equally treated there in Saudi Arabia. One particular religion is given more importance or priority there in Saudi Arabia, that is Islam. The government of Saudi Arabia supports only one religion, that is Islam. It is the policy of that country to promote Islam. If you compare the religious freedom of Saudi Arabia with that of India, you will find great big differences. As you all know, India is a secular country where no religion is given any special treatment. India, being a secular country, provides religious freedom to everyone equally. How is it given? How is this religious freedom given in our country? People of all religion are given equal opportunity for everything. No discrimination on the basis of religion. Or now let us take the example of Germany during the period of Hitler. During Hitler's reign in Germany, on the basis of religion, people were discriminated. The Nordic German Aryans, the majority Christians, were ill-treating the Jews on the basis of their religion because the government supported one religion there, that was Christianity. In a non-secular nation, there is a large-scale discrimination on the basis of religion. The majority religion always discriminates the minority religion. Discrimination happens when one religion is given official recognition by the state at the expense of the other religion. What is this official recognition? To understand that, let us take the example of our country, India. In India, Hindus are a big majority. Almost 80% of Indians are Hindus. And the other religious communities consist the other 20%, including Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Parsis, a number of all those religious communities altogether make that the rest 20%. Just think that in such a country where 80% of the people are Hindus, if the government recognizes Hindu religion as the state religion, the government will always support that religion. Which religion? The Hindu religion. Here, the Hindu religion becomes a recognized religion, and that religion will be more powerful than all the other religions, and then all the other religious communities will be denied of their every right, and they will be discriminated on the basis of their own religion. This should not happen in any country. People of one country should be treated equally. They should not be discriminated on any basis. To stop the discrimination on the basis of religion in a multi-religious country, they adopt secularism. So, what is secularism? In the last chapter, we learned that the Indian Constitution provides fundamental rights to its citizens that protect them from the state and against oppressive rules of those in the majority. Because in a democracy, the majority will be governing. So, the people of that country should be protected from the majority or the people who are governing them. That's why in Indian Constitution, it is given the fundamental rights. Our constitution gives us the freedom to follow our own religious beliefs and practice them as we wish. While keeping the idea of religious freedom in their minds, the lawmakers adopted a strategy to separate the power of religion and the power of the state. So we can say secularism is separation of religion from state or from government. Secularism is to create a society in which people of all religions or people who do not belong to any religion can live together peacefully. It says that no one shall be subject to discrimination by any state, institution, group of persons or person on grounds of religion or other beliefs. It ensures freedom of religion for both believers and non-believers. Hence, it gives the right of religious freedom to the people. As I told you, secularism provides religious freedom, that is, freedom to choose the religion that an individual wants. One can follow multiple religious beliefs as well. And sometimes secularism is misunderstood with atheism. That is completely false. Secularism is choosing our religion and believing and following the religious practices and traditional values of that religion. Atheism is not believing in God at all and the force beyond our control. Here comes a very important question. What is that? Do we need to separate religion from the state or from the government? Secularism is all about the separation of religion from the power of the state or the government. It helps a democratic country to function properly. Almost all the countries around the world have more than one religious community residing in them. Out of these religious communities, one is a major religion. If the majority religious community has access to power, or if that majority religion can control the power, then it is possible that it could misuse the laws and the financial resources of that country against those who are a minority in that country. There could also be some cases of oppression or ill treatment or harassment of the minority religious community by the majority. Those in the majority community will lead an oppressive rule, forcing the minority communities to obey their rules. They may discriminate and even kill the minority people. There are instances of majorities not allowing minorities to practice their religion. If a religion starts dominating other religions, it is considered as a violation of rights. In a democracy, every citizen has the right to practice his or her own religion. Hence, the violation of fundamental rights and the tyranny by those belonging to the majority religion is the major reason why we need to separate religion and politics. Apart from that, it is very important to protect an individual's freedom if he or she wishes to exit or leave from his or her own religion and embrace another one, or wishes to have freedom to interpret or define religious teachings differently. Because we may be understanding the teachings of one religion in another way. If we have to explain that religion in our own way, we should be given that freedom. And that freedom should be given in a secular country. This is another reason why religion and power should be kept separate. For example, if power lies with the Hindus and they wish to make a law for a minority community such as Muslims, they still face a lot of opposition from their own community, because people of their community will not be letting them to make law in favor of the minorities. Since they have power, they may think that no need of giving any special consideration to the minorities in their country. Such discriminations happen in Sri Lanka that you will study when you reach in class 10. Now let us learn what is Indian secularism. According to the Indian constitution, our country is secular. A secular state can ensure its objectives or aims by following these points. One religious community should not dominate or control the other one. Members belonging to one religious community should not dominate those who are in minority. The state will never enforce any religion or take away the citizens' religious freedom. Indian government is trained to work in different ways to prevent these kinds of dominations. It uses a strategy to keep itself away from religious issues. The government of India does not support any religion. Indian government is not controlled by any religion. Several government spaces such as police stations, offices, courts, etc. are not allowed to promote or display any religion. In order to prevent religious domination, the Indian government has adopted a strategy of non-interference to make sure that there is no interference in religious practices and sentiments of all religions are respected. The government of India makes certain exceptions for a particular community. But sometimes the government of India also uses the strategy of interventions to solve religious issues. Just now we found that the government doesn't interfere in religion. But now we say the government interferes. Let us find out how this interference of the government helps in supporting or promoting secularism. In Hinduism, we come across cases of untouchability. Often we see that people of the upper caste dominate those belonging to the lower caste in different ways. The lower caste people are ill-treated by the upper caste people in Hindu religion. To prevent such cases of discrimination or untouchability, our constitution has banned untouchability. So that is an interference of the government in a religion. We can find that here the government intervenes or interferes in religious cases from time to time if it finds that any social practice excludes or discriminates against those belonging to minorities. The law immediately takes action if it finds out that fundamental rights of a citizen are being violated on the basis of religion. Further, the Indian government is also known to interfere in certain religious matters by providing them support. How does the government support religions? According to the constitution, the religious communities in India have the right to set up their own colleges and schools. The government can also provide them financial assistance or assistance in the form of money on a non-preferential basis. That is, not one particular religion, but all the religions in the country should be given equal help or assistance by the government. Now let us find out how Indian secularism is different from other countries. Some of the points that we discussed regarding the practice of secularism by the Indian government were taken from different democratic countries that practice secularism in the world. That means we have copied the system of secularism from other countries. For example, in the case of the United States of America, the legislature or the lawmaking body of America cannot declare any religion as the official religion of that country, nor can they give preference to any one religion. Here, no preference has been given to any one religion in that country, America. In the USA, the separation between religion and a state means that no one of them can interfere in the matters of one another, which means the government cannot interfere in religion and the religion cannot interfere in the government activities in USA. However, there is still one difference between the way secularism is practiced in our country and in the USA. In the USA, there is a strict separation of religion and state. But in India, the government can interfere in a few religious matters. For example, our government has to interfere in the cases of untouchability from time to time. According to the Indian Constitution, even though the religion and state are not strictly separate, they have to maintain a safe distance. It means that the state is allowed to interfere in the matters of the religion by taking decisions that are based on the ideals laid down in our Constitution. India is a secular country and our government works in different ways to tackle religious domination. The Constitution of India provides fundamental rights to its citizens that are based on secular principles. Of course, there are religious violations in our country, even though we have such strict policies in our country where the religion is not allowed to interfere in politics or politics is not allowed to interfere in religion, still religious violations take place in our country. So, every citizen should be aware of his or her rights. It will enable him or her to take action in such a situation when his or her rights are denied. That's all the chapter. Now watch the video again and read the chapter Understanding Secularism in your political science textbook and make as many one-word questions and answers as possible. Thank you for watching.